Back-to-back winter storms set to slam the U.S. Midwest and Northeast. As fall gives way to a powerful taste of winter, two major snowstorms are bearing down on the United States, one arriving this weekend, and another shortly after. The result: widespread disruption, dangerous travel, and bone-chilling cold across much of the central and eastern U.S. First storm, snow and slush from plains to Great Lakes. The first system is forecast to hit starting Friday in the Rockies, then sweep eastward through the plains into the Midwest and Great Lakes by Saturday and Sunday. Cities like Omaha, Des Moines, Chicago, Milwaukee, Indianapolis and Detroit are in the storm's crosshairs, and Des Moines, Iowa. Forecasters expect 6 to 12 inches of snow. Roads may become snow-covered and dangerously slick. In Chicago, a similar 6 to 10-inch accumulation is likely, with blowing and drifting snow. Overnight lows will dip into the single digits, raising the risk of icy surfaces post-storm. For Milwaukee, Wisconsin, snowbands enhanced by nearby water bodies may push totals to 6 to 12 inches, with gusty winds causing reduced visibility and drifting. In Detroit, though somewhat spared compared to the upper Midwest, 3 to 5 inches of snow could still accumulate Saturday night, enough to disrupt commutes, especially if melting is followed by freeze-ups. The snow is expected to fall hard and wet in some areas, which, while not classic powder, means slush, ice, and hazardous roads. For some places like St. Louis, Missouri, mixing snow and rain may lead to slushy conditions turning to ice as temperatures plunge after the storm passes. Second storm, snow, ice, and a possible nor'easter. As if one storm were not enough, meteorologists warn a second, possibly more disruptive, system is likely to follow early next week. This system may stretch from the Midwest through the Appalachians and into the Northeast, potentially delivering snow, ice, or even triggering a coastal storm, a nor'easter, for areas from the Ohio Valley to the Atlantic seaboard if conditions align, especially how close the coastal low-pressure system tracks to the shore. Major East Coast cities from Washington, D.C. up to Boston, Massachusetts could see their first accumulating snow of the season. Otherwise, mixed rain and wintry precipitation may still cause travel headaches. What's behind the unusually early storms? These early-season storms are being fueled by a rare atmospheric pattern. A sudden stratospheric warming event over the North Pole, happening miles above the Earth's surface, is pushing frigid Arctic air southward across North America. That cold air, colliding with milder moisture-laden air from lower latitudes, is setting the stage for powerful snow and ice storms. As a result, parts of the country may plunge into single-digit temperatures by late weekend and early next week, a stark contrast to typical late November weather. What this means for travel, safety, and daily life. Travel disruptions are likely. Snow-covered, icy or slushy roads, especially on major interstates that stretch across the Midwest and Great Lakes, could make driving treacherous. Snow and wind may hamper visibility, while drifting snow adds further hazards. Power outages and delays possible. Gusty winds and heavy, wet snow may knock down branches or power lines, especially around lockshores and across open plains. Late-season snow cleanup. For many cities, this will be the first real snow of 2025. That means residents, municipalities, and transport services may be caught unprepared, increasing chances of traffic chaos and icy sidewalks. Watch for a second wave. Even after the weekend's snow ends, a second storm may bring more precipitation, potentially snow, ice, or a coastal nor'easter, meaning the disruption might stretch into the early part of next week. Ice cube as winter arrives early. Be prepared. With forecasts calling for snow, ice, and plummeting temperatures, residents across the Midwest and Northeast should brace themselves. Clearing snow from driveways, checking car tires and brakes, and ensuring heating systems are in good order can help reduce risk. Travelers should monitor flight and highway reports, as airports and major roads may see delays or closures. As the season begins with surprising force, courtesy of Arctic air surging south, one thing is clear: for much of the U.S., Thanksgiving weekend will feel more like midwinter.